Hey now. What is up? It's Dana. Hey. It's Dana. What's going on? Oops. What is going on? So, I thought about wearing this so I look like a biker, but it is too hot up in here. So, I do declare, it is hot. It's like 90 degrees. Earlier, well, pretty much almost week it was pretty hot, except it rained a ton. So, hello. So, went to the theater, and these glasses, I love them, but I messed them up and they're crooked as hell, and you can't get them. They're Bruce Lee airport glasses or something. And I bought them again, and they were dog shit. They're not the same kind, and then whatever. Maybe I got. Nope. 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 Ah. Here they are. Let's see what these. And I bought these. These are also Bruce Lee glasses of some sort. Sunglasses. There we go. I'm drinking a Aloha something. Aloha Energy or something. Hawaiian shaved ice. It's alright, but it does have like 200 milligrams of caffeine. Ugh. These cover a lot more of my face, so it makes it better. Mo better. So, is anybody out there? Anybody there? So we did go back to the theater today, and first time in a year and a half. And I must say, it's not like some revelation. It's basically the same thing as before. Of course, it was weird because online or somewhere it said you didn't need the mask if you were vaccinated. But when we got there, we didn't see those, so we wore a mask until we got to our seat and all. And it was fine. But we went to the theater that's attached to a mall, and it's a little bit more fancier, I guess, than the local AMC theater that's closest by. It's got mechanical lounge, it brings up you put your feet on and stuff. I mean, it's pretty cool. I liked it. We saw Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. And I haven't looked up the true story of this. And I'll preface it by that because there's a lot of stuff. Even in the first one, I knew that I would say over half of the stuff that they, at least over the half of the stuff that they put in the film is made up bullshit or super exaggerated. And so the same thing here. I haven't looked it up, but I mean, it's way, way crazy at the end. And there's no way that happened. No way. And when you see based on a true story, you think it's going to be, mostly true. But mainly it's the fact. They're going to take the bones of the story and then pepper in some dramatic licensing. And it's, completely different. But as far as whether I liked it or not, I did like it. The strength, I guess, one of the things is the last two movies have introduced like spin-offs like Annabelle from the first one and the Nun from the second one. This one I do not see any spin-offs, at least from my perspective. But maybe the main villain would be the one they would use, but I don't know. But anyway, I liked it. It was wasn't directed by James Wan, but it still had the same kind of feeling of a James Wan movie. So I know some people said they don't like it, but I mean, the second one, I guess either because I know how much of the story was made up, I don't know, and I didn't enjoy it. And it just didn't have the same feel. The first one is the best, obviously. Usually that's the way it is with most franchises. And but this one wasn't bad at all, in my opinion. I liked it. Way too many trailers, but that's par for the course. At least on the website, it added in the trailers into the runtime, so that was okay. Because I thought this was going to be like a 2-hour movie, and it, really it's maybe a little over 90 minutes or so when we left. Hey now, Darren Burrows. Hey. Oh, well, thank you, Aiden. I'm starting the thoughts now. So, as far as Conjuring 3, I mean, I thought it was cool, and it's also a different type of film than the others. I mean, the others dealt with ghosts of some sort and hauntings. This one's more of an occult kind of movie, which I really dig that kind of stuff, so I would recommend it. So I mean, we saw it in a theater, and obviously I guess I was expecting maybe some like, wow, this is overtaking. The only thing I can say is obviously the sound system and is way better than what I have at my house, and so it kicked the can a little bit. I mean, it was booms. And there were some jump scares, but it didn't get me as much as some things in the past, especially the first Conjuring movie. That got me, I don't know how many times I was screaming and stuff. And in the theater, obviously, was not very well packed, since they can watch it at home on HBO Max. But it was, Dana wanted to go for her birthday is tomorrow, so I went ahead, we took her. And then also we had vet bills we had to pay today. Our big boy Brandon he's got a eye infection and an ear infection, and so we've taken care of him because his eyes are not making tears anymore, so we have to do a bunch of stuff to keep his eyes going, or eventually he'll go blind from no moisture in his eyes. So I guess that's a common thing with basset hounds. I'm not sure. It's amazing how these glasses are like keeping my face like it's getting hot under the glasses. I'm actually going to turn this fan around, blowing on my hard drives to cool them down, to cool me down. There we go. So once again, I mean, I give it, out of 5, I'm trying to think what I would give it. I mean, in some aspects, I like it better than the second one. So I would probably give it like a 3.5. I would give the Conjuring 2 a 3, and Conjuring 1 a 4, or 4.5 or something. But so you damn right, DEADPIT. I've got multiple hard drives that I'm keeping alive. Hey, that's right, man. Got to keep it alive. But so just just the I'll give a synopsis of the synopsis of the films, and like I said, I just gave the ratings, so I'm not doing a really good job of keeping things straight. But I really the first one was really cool. Obviously, I like that kind of occult stuff, and then Ed and what's her name? Ed and Lorraine Newman. Lorraine and Lorraine Warren. Hey now, Mr. V. So, I mean, I'd heard of them, obviously. They were been all kinds of nice shows in the past, talk shows and stuff. So, it was a cool idea to make films based upon their cases, if you will. So the first one was, I mean, it was, super scary to me. Especially that one. There's this. They're doing a seminar or something, and then the lady comes and says she needs help with a haunting at her house or something, and then they come and wackiness ensues. And there's one scene where it's dark, or it's very dark, and you just see hands come out and go, and that just scared the crap out of me. I'm not sure if there's another jump scare in it or not. Probably is. But, and usually at the end of these films, all three films, they show like pictures and play audio from the real participants of the case. And they did the same here. Now, I do know that there were a lot more kids, I believe, in real life at this house than they were at the in the movie. They kind of combined them like they did on the Waltons, if you're old enough to remember that. But when I saw that, I was like, cool. But then I looked into it a little bit more and found that a lot of the stuff was a little bit exaggerated. And I was like, well, I mean, I just wish they would just change this stuff from based on a true story to suggested, and then that way it's a little bit more blatant that they're not. This is not a true to life story. This is just there's no way none of this happened. A lot of the stuff in the third one, I'm sure, never happened. But it's a movie, I guess. Now, the second one was based upon, it's a poltergeist story in England. And Eddingfield Poltergeist. Now, at some point I heard about this, and then, of course, it took place in the UK, I'm sure, somewhere in England, I'm pretty sure. And then, of course, BBC and somebody else put a documentary out about it. And, of course, they had, a lot of footage from the real people and stuff. So I watched that. And there was actually a mini-series, I believe, someone made of the story. Now, the funny thing about the mini-series is that there is... No, I do not look like powder. The colors are screwed up for sure on this. Here, I can make myself look like powder. Hold on. There, I'm powder. Some discussion of James Wan as a master of horror. I mean, I'm not sure if he's just a master of horror. I mean, he can do a lot of different genres. He did one of the Fast and the Furious movies and Aquaman. Both of those were really cool. It's almost like, I mean, I like a director who has a style that you can see on the screen, not some bullshit where it's just like you're watching a Lifetime movie by this regular director who just shoot it, one take, good. So try some different things, some different music. That's Dana. She got a new binder today. She's really excited about. The box office made me do it. It should be called the my wife made me go see it. Yeah, Darren. Yeah, Eddingfield, London. I'm really, as you can imagine, ignorant of some things in the UK. But yeah, it was the documentary was awesome, especially the chick girl jumping up, and they had like David Soul posters on the wall. He said hi, Dana.
Hi.
Willow. Oh, it was based on a very old story. We have, thanks to Dana, we have like an Atmos sound system, and sometimes we do the 5.1. We don't have any rear speakers anymore with Atmos. You're supposed to somehow the Atmos speakers are pointed, and they're supposed to bounce off the ceiling and come back at you or something, or behind you. Now, how good that is, I've never noticed any sound coming from the ceiling. Strange places.
It's supposed to bounce off the ceiling and go in back of you.
That's what I said. Well, there was definitely let me get back to the second one to get that. So anyway, in the documentary, as far as I can remember, and definitely in the miniseries, there is no Warrens. They don't show up. Now, well, maybe it was in the documentary. They say that Warrens just showed up without being asked for, and they showed up in London at this, and then they really didn't stay there very long, and they were done. Now, Conjuring 2, they're asked to go there by something a priest or something in the church. And they're kind of like there, and they're there for quite a while. At least it seems that way. And also, you have the introduction of the nun, and of course, I was mentioning Annabelle, which Annabelle has already spawned 3 movies, I believe. Now, I've seen the first one. It's been a while, so I can't remember. I haven't seen Annabelle Creation, but I did see Annabelle Comes Home, and that's kind of like I would say almost like a mini Conjuring movie, because it features the Warrens and their daughter, and it all takes place mostly at their house, because their daughter has a sleepover, and then they somehow get Annabelle out, and then all hell starts. Ah, yeah. Well, what about that new one? Is it something in Soho? I forgot what it was. The first part of it was something like Last Night in Soho or One Night in Soho or something. That looked really good. It's very trippy. But again, with there's a lot of weird stuff in this movie that never, again, it does not match the facts of the story. So, but is it an interesting movie? Yes, but and also in Conjuring 2, it begins at the Amityville Horror House, and I'm not really sure if it really goes into super depths with it, because I don't know if they can, for some rights issues or something. But, so you got a little bit more. It's a lot more to the, I guess a bigger story in some ways. And then the third one is based upon a case where the guy pleads not guilty to a murder by reason of demonic possession. Yeah. DEADPIT on Patreon. Lots of great and new and classic content on the site. I mean, more content than you can shake a stick at. No, I don't think it's a horror movie either, but it's got a lot of giallo vibes to it. It's a very, I don't even know how, you can't really describe it. The trailer, it's almost like this girl is living another life somewhere. Or actually, she's living in the past, in the 60s or something. It's a very weird one. Edgar Wright, that's the one. So I would definitely, I want to see that one. But I think that's coming out in a couple months, probably in the fall. Ooh. But like I was saying, in the third one, there is some. I thought there'd be a lot more court stuff, but there's, I guess, maybe 2 or 3 scenes in a courtroom, not very much. And it starts off when they're in a house and this kid is possessed, and the boy's sister's boyfriend grabs him and tells the kid to put, or the demon to come in him, so it does. And one of the funnier things is that they're living at this place that's like a dog crating place where they crate dogs, I guess, for people to travel or something. And the guy who runs it he's drunk off his ass, and he's very annoying. So I'm not too sure that I would not kill him. And he is the victim of murder, and it's brutal. As far as this guy. Well, anyway, after he dies, he goes to jail, and they try to figure out how to help him. And of course, the Warrens know that something bad's going to happen before it happens. I'm sure that happened that way. Well, anyway, they do find, after he goes to jail, they do find something at the house that leads them to believe that it was cursed. There was a curse going on. And then that leads them on their journey of investigation on this case. So like I was saying, the Annabelle was the first spin-off of this series. Of course, that's the haunted doll. And I do remember the first movie in some way. It's not that memorable, but again, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't, I don't know if it was that strong. It's not you would watch it and go, well, I didn't waste my time, but I'm not sure if I need to see that again. And the second one I have not watched. I need probably at some point in the future watch it. I don't know. The third one I heard people say it was pretty good, and then I agree with them. It was like I said before, it's kind of a little bit of Conjuring in it because the Warrens are in it. I would say more than you would think for just a cameo. And then their daughter is the main character in the film, and then she has a sleepover, and people come, and then some stuff in their little museum comes out and causes supernatural things to happen. So, I mean, it's like I say, it's not too bad. Ooh, 13. We have a lucky 13 watching today. And the next, there was, well, there was one, the Nun was the next spinoff, and I mean, it looks really good. I didn't get the 4K. I got the Blu-ray for like $3 or $4 on Black Friday a couple years ago, and it stars the actress who plays Lorraine Warren. It's her sister she starred mainly in she starred in Final Girls, which is a great movie if you haven't seen it, and then also in the American Horror Story series. She starred in multiple seasons of that. So she plays like a nun in it. Not the nun, but a other nun. And then during the Nun, they actually at the end tie it back to the Warrens, which is kind of, I like that. So I do like, they have some, these spin-offs are not that bad. At least they have some very entertaining entries. Now, I think there was another one called Curse of L'Aurore or something like that, supposed to be in the Conjuring universe, but I'll be honest, I'm not really... I watched a few minutes of it, but I couldn't get into it as much. But I mean, it seemed okay, but it didn't grab me, and I'm sure there was some VHS rip that I had to watch of the Paul Naschy movie. So I left that and went to Paul Naschy. But I didn't see any, obviously this wasn't something that was a spinoff from the movies that I'm aware of. But I could be wrong. So, I mean, speaking of like 4Ks, I would imagine when in the next 2 to 3 months when this will be released, that we'll get a 4K. We'll probably get 4K releases of all 3 films, which is pretty cool. Dana, I don't know if she got them or I bought one of them for her, but she's got the first 2, I believe. Do you have part 2? So she's got them on Blu-ray, so I don't know. I'm not debating which, if I won't get all 3. I'll probably definitely get the first one. But, and I did get a chance to watch a couple movies, and I had to make room for this one. Lamberto Bava's Delirium, Photos of Gloria. Yeah, look at that. Dana wasn't too happy with this film because of the copious amounts of nudity from the female persuasion. I was quite pleased with it. But this has got everything. It's got Dario Nicoletti. It's got George Eastman in it. It's got 2 members of the Demons movies in it. So I mean, it's got a who's who. And for a late 80s, I guess giallo, it's not too bad. And it's got the main chick, which I'm not going to be able to pronounce her name. Well, maybe I can. It looks like Serena Grandi or something like that. I think she was in like a Tito Brass movies, which Tito Brass likes big boobs and big butts, and she's got both. And apparently she runs I guess they call it a fashion magazine, or I guess maybe, but it's called Pussycat, and it's got a bunch of naked chicks in it. So I don't know I wouldn't call it a fashion magazine. Yeah, it's good, Darren. I mean, I would think you would like it. Like I say, it's got a who's of pretty much all the familiar actors from those movies. And there were certain scenes. I mean, I've seen this movie a few times. I have it on DVD, but this is the new re-release of the Code Red through Kino, and it actually went down in price. It's still about, I don't know if it's around $19, 19 something. So I would definitely, if you're interested, you can check it out. But it's a fun movie to me. I liked it, especially. I mean, I'll be honest, the transfer looks really good. I was surprised. If you ever want to count George Eastman's chest hairs, you will have the opportunity to do so. You want to see George Eastman in a bathtub? You will see that. You want to see him in a steam room? That's going to happen for you if you get this movie. So, I would suggest you get it. DeadPit Radio is asking you going to be picking up anything at the severance sale? Well, we can talk about that. Oop. We can talk about that right now. Wow! I don't know why it's doing that like that. Let's see what that does. Yeah, that's better. I mean, I plan on it. Let me get these stupid glasses off now. I can't see nothing. Yes. I mean, I will definitely look at it and figure something out. I'm sure they'll have something. Now, this image, I mean, they're teasing us with something. That's Joe D'Amato, right? And they're saying Endgame, which is one of the post-apocalyptic movies that used to be on, like Showtime at 11 or 12 at night on a weekend or something. I mean, it's okay. And of course, I think it does feature George Eastman, by the way, which he was in a ton of those. But I don't know. I mean, it just depends on what they're going to get. I was thinking that maybe they're going to announce those. Let me take a break here for a commercial. You got DEADPIT on Patreon.com. Tiers start at $1. Just $1 will get you tons of content. And then you can check out the other tiers. So definitely check that out. I got my profit sharing in today, so each little bit helps me get past a limit. Walking the Edge. I can't say that I have. Let's check that out. I'm walking the edge. Oh, it's got Nancy Kwan. Yeah, I've seen this this on Facebook quite a while, the poster. No, I'll be honest, I've never heard of this film, but I mean, send them overseas. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. I have never seen it. And Severance releasing this film. No one heard the scream. I don't know if I would call it a giallo. I guess it technically is, but you know who killed people, and it's basically like you got an accomplice, and then they're reluctant or a hostage and stuff. I didn't think it was that special, to be honest, but I guess Return to Salem's Lot, which was on cable a lot back in the 90s, I believe. Not really tied in a whole lot with the original Salem's Lot, but it's, it features vampires and Michael Moriarty. And another cash grab by Charles Band. And of course, Rad for those rad people out there. This one is pretty. I started watching it, but it's 2 hours. It's by this is the director, and she also directed the Love Witch, which both of those movies were way too long. But damn, she's cute. And within the first 5 minutes, you see her topless in a bathtub. So, pretty hot. And of course, the big. I mean, they announced this a while back with the Night Stalker series is coming to Blu-ray in October, which the 2 TV films look really good. So, I don't think we need the Babadook. Oh, sex tool, huh? I don't know if I would go that far, but it's not a great film. Obviously, this is a good announcement. The Wraith. Oh, that's good to know, John. That's probably, one of their partner. They said something about a partner sale or something. I tore the hell out of the Wraith cassette back in the day. The soundtrack is awesome. It's one of the best soundtracks ever. It's a great film. It's fun. And I remember that car that they had. It was a Plymouth. The Turbo Interceptor and then they were selling it, but it never really got. It was just a prototype, but I do think they released it as something else, but it didn't really it came up as a big deal. Of course, Evil Death Trap is like $20 right now. But we got a long time to wait. Dune 4K is coming out. Dune 4K. I did hear a little message about some other stuff. A new 4K title is coming out. I'm not going to mention the title because I don't know if it's officially announced, but it's returning to physical media. And if you have a brain, you would probably want it. But I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. Be honest with you. Maybe. I mean, it's sometimes these things come in and next thing you know, they're $13 or $14 after they're $30. Sometimes I just want to wait. Especially on some titles, they're not going to sell out. And the same thing with these sales at Vinegar Syndrome and Severin. I know we're planning to probably go to one of the Horror Hounds probably in the fall. I don't know when the next one is, but that's nearby. And usually Severin and or Vinegar Syndrome are theirs. And you can get a little bit better deals at a convention than you can through the site, through online. So I'm just going to wait. Let's see what's currently going on here. It says Severin Black Emanuel. The box sets. So far, they haven't really. Obviously, they're not announcing it. And luckily, I got a couple paychecks coming, so I can try to save just a little, just in case. And some of these have already hit Amazon, like Siege and Born for Hell, Skin Deep. But I don't want to spend $30. I don't really care about the limit, the slipcase, to be honest. But I'm just waiting. I don't know. Someone said I might be getting this Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee, which if I get that, that'll be cool. And let me see here. If you guys hadn't noticed that they actually have a podcast that I would highly recommend. It's pretty fun. They have a new one that came out a little while ago. I need to download it. Return to Salem. Salem's Lot is bad. Yeah, it's not the worst thing ever. Trust me. Joe Bob's Drive-In had a VHS endurance test last night, and these were made on VHS, and they were so Sledgehammer and Things. And good Lord, if you ever seen Sledgehammer, that is really hard to get through. Yeah, John, I got the Final Conflict trailer too from Umbrella. It took like a month to get it from Australia, and but yeah, I haven't. they got 3 parts to it. I played a little bit from 1 and then played a little bit from 2, but I didn't get the one for the Bride of VHS Delirium. I haven't played any of that, but yeah, those are crazy. The first 2 DVDs they came out with sets, they were like 12 hours each, so you could spend a whole day getting that. Sledgehammer is a killer Peter Gabriel tune. If they could someone get the rights to it and put it in the movie, that might make the movie at least a half star or 3/4 star. But I would definitely just another suggestion, check out the podcast of Severin. And they play some cool tunes from their releases at the after they talk about stuff. It's a fun thing. And I did what's his name? David Gregory David Gregory, I believe, is the guy who runs Severin, and he directed a film called Plague Town. And I always wanted to see it, and I saw it last night, and it was slightly better than what I expected. Just because of some of the... I mean, they got this American family on vacation in England, and they're going out to, I don't know what they're doing. They're just going out in the middle of nowhere and then bus drops you off, and they wait. And you're supposed to, and then the bus picks you up, takes you back. I mean, I don't know about that kind of tour. I wouldn't do that, but But the crazy town or crazy town people, well, Plague Town sucks. That's not going to get David Gregory on your podcast, DEADPIT Radio. You got to word it differently. I really honestly don't think it totally sucked. I thought it was pretty good. Certain parts of it were stupid. I like the makeup for the plague people, I guess. So I mean, I don't know. It was interesting. The main chick, there's two sisters in it. One's a blonde who's a bitch, and then the other one is like a brunette, gothy looking chick. I don't know why. She's got really dark eyes. It's strikingly dark eyes. Of course, it's not a very bright movie, so I can't really tell. But anyway, I mean, it was interesting. No, I don't think David Gregory is going to be watching this. So I am interested in. I'm getting pulled towards the Santa Segre 4K. I really wish it would go down, but I'm gonna control myself for a little while. Maybe it'll be maybe if I'm at a convention and I'm a little loose with my my wallet, so it might be able to get it there. And they were pimping all the Animal Attack movies. You can get you a $35 grizzly killer or a cup, if you will, and a Hank Williams Jr. Pin, if you're ready for some football. So I mean, right now I'm not really sure what they're releasing. So I'm not really I mean, I'm sure maybe there'll be leaks. That's right, Chris V. I like Red Rain from Peter Gabriel. But I'm just gonna, maybe there'll be some leaks like there were for the Vinegar Syndrome one. I did watch. I was curious about the Scanner Cop series, so I have watched the first Scanner Cop movie. And when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, this is not too bad. I mean, there's definitely the makeup and some of these effects they did was cool. But the main thing about the Scanner movies is like, they look at somebody and either they throw them back or their head blows up or something. And they're typical throwaway 90s movies, to be honest. I mean, I'm not saying they're terrible. I started watching the second one, and the second one had like Robert Forster's in the second Scanner Cop, and I'm wondering if like this was some kind of big hit on home video or somewhere, and then they decided, hey, let's pick up and make another one. I mean, Richard Lynch was in the first one as the villain. Yes, Aiden, Wax Mask. I got the old Image release of that when it first came out because obviously, I heard all the stuff about it as far as being Fulci was going to direct it, and that guy what's the special effects guy for Argento stuff, like Sergio Stilvi or something like that. Yeah, I heard the Scanner Cop 2 is the better one, but I only watched like the first 15 minutes, so I can't tell yet. And that's John Carr Buechler directed that one, and I think he does special effects in both of them. I heard it was more over the top, but so far I haven't seen any of that. But Wax Mask, I got the Image release, and I was like, and you watch it, and it just seems so lifeless. So when the Severin release came out, I don't know why I got it, just more curiosity, and maybe I read some good stuff about the transfer or special features, but the transfer and the colors and everything make that movie so much better than it was on the Image DVD. It looks like everything just popped off the screen. Now I don't know when I'll watch it again, but I really like it. Yeah, back then you didn't know it was better than VHS, so and it was widescreen, and so yeah, and also I probably watched that Wax Mask DVD on a CRT TV. So even even the Image wasn't that large. I mean, I had like a 31-inch. So it didn't look. Yeah, I need to check those out. I know that they're supposed to be releasing some standard editions, but I've seen some video of that one Darkness movie. I can't remember it. Wow. Ken, are those part of the Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee? I've never heard. I mean, some of those, I'll be honest, I haven't heard. Now, The Keeper, I'm sure it's not the one with Asia Argento and Dennis Hopper. And Challenge of the Devil, I've never heard of that one. But he did make some bad movies. He made a few movies with Jess Franco. Even the Fu Manchu movies he made with him, I'm not sure if they're that great. Yeah. I mean, they did a disservice to that movie when they put it out on DVD. I mean, I don't know if it was, maybe there's some, the, whatever they call it was, the color correction. They didn't correct that. They fucked that up big time. Yeah. Yeah, well, he made some Canadian movies. Well, shoot. He was in some UFO movie in Canada, and he was an alien, and he was wearing like a black sweatsuit with like some weird looking thing. It looked like a swan on the front of it. Is it Eyes Behind something? I can't remember the title, but I think Riff Tracks did a did a cover of it. They showed that on local television back in the 80s. On a Saturday afternoon, you'd turn it over and see this really bad movie. You'd watch it. Yeah, Starship Invasions. That's it. It is not good. Oh, getting a lot of interesting information. Yep, Robert Vaughn. Robert Vaughn was in a movie. I don't know if anyone here has ever seen it. It's called The Lucifer Complex. And they showed that on television back in the day. And it's really just a nuts movie because most of the time he's locked in some island somewhere and they were watching stuff on this little television screen. And it's a very weird movie. I'm not sure if that's what they wanted or they had to like scrape together what they could to make a film. They must have released that somewhere. I don't know if I have a Blu-ray rip of it, but I thought it was. I might as well show this. I'm making this for a friend of mine. He's in the National Guard. And he joined the National Guard when he was in his 30s. And he's got a master's, so I don't know why he wanted to do this. He's a police officer as well. And then so he's like a major now. He got promoted to a major in the National Guard, which is kind of impressive. So I'm making him something. This is like Tennessee, and I'm going to put his last name here in some way. I'm working on figuring out what to do with that. Oh yeah. I agree with that, Aiden. Waxmask is a better Argento hammer horror than 3D Dracula 3D. Dracula 3D. I got it for $1. I believe, is it the Blu-ray or I can't remember if it's the Blu-ray or the DVD at the Dollar Tree. So, I mean, I tried to watch it in 3D because I found a place to download it in 3D and it still looked like crap, which is not that surprising. See here. Let me check something. No. I was trying to think here. It's hard to do sometimes. No. There was one Giallo that just was coming out that I ordered. Yeah, it's rough to try to watch Dracula 3D. Now, I did order The Good and the Bad and the Ugly on 4K because it went down in price like a lot. I mean, it was like $40 and it went down to like $23.99 or something. So, but I did order this camcorder puzzle. It's got a 4K restoration, so you know. We're going to get a 4K restoration. We're going to put it on a Blu-ray. So I mean, it seems pretty cool. It's VCI, so I don't know. I don't know if I've seen this one or not, but definitely going to get it. What's it? Lover of the Monster. Oh, it's that Klotz-Kinski. Is this a full moon one? Or yeah. I don't know about these full moon Blu-rays. Let's hope so, Darren. I don't want. Well, Aiden. His Jallo movie was kind of like a red flag to any future productions. So I was like really wary of, you thought, hey, this might be cool, but no dice. Yeah, I've heard of Body Puzzle and some other things, some late Jallos, but this one I've never heard of. At least maybe I have, but maybe not underneath that title. Yeah, like Spasmo or something. That's even cheaper than see, it was $30 and then they dropped the price to and now it's $18. I'm liking The Specialist here. It's my kind of special. I know Wes got the Django 4K. You got Love Butcher. Yeah, $50. No way, Jose. Yeah, they must have done. I mean, they're actually still selling like the other. I don't know if it's the Paramount or what, the just the regular Blu-ray set that they had out for all the movies, or just the first Paramount movies, the first 8. Yeah, Adrian Brody, man, he's not a leading man in my opinion, but Grizzly. It's got that art. You remember a while back they came out and they had like a set and then the mask, the hockey mask on the front was like dog shit. Didn't look like anything. There it is. I mean, yeah, Paramount. Wow. Crazy. Hey, Darren, you ever thought about going on that TV show, Naked Attraction? They should do an American version of that. There'd be some big people on there. Maybe they could do it with crossover with 600 Pound Life or something. I did get this one, the Paranormal Activity, for like $15. I was like, sure. I like the first couple movies; are really good, in my opinion. I have not seen the last one. Obviously, yeah, anything you buy is going to freaking come down at some point. And then you like, Jesus Christ. Or it could be, sometimes you can get it and it'll go up. Yeah. I've seen a few episodes of Naked Attraction. It was funny. Yeah, Aiden, I agree with that 100%. And I mean, it doesn't. A lot of the. I mean, why does Adrian Brody play two characters in the film? there was no. I was like suspecting some twist in the story that would, give us something from that, but you got 0.0, and it was just nonsense. It was really crap. I mean, I don't really hate a lot of his movies, but I hate that one a lot. It's got, no style at all. It's like The Ward from John Carpenter. At least The Ward is a little, I would say, better than Giallo, but it has no style that you would expect from Carpenter. And Giallo has no style. It's kind of like The Card Player a little bit. Fuck Full Moon. It was fun back in the day. I don't know about now. Well, I guess if you look at it that way, it could be fun if you look at it as a comedy. If you can do that. And again, I'm not going to buy that, what's her face? Katie Featherton, the chick from the first couple of Paranormal Activities. I always thought she was attractive, and I saw her at a convention at one point. I never went up and talked to her, but she still looked pretty good. I was tempted to get the Wreck collection, but I was able to hold that temptation down, because I mean, geez, $50. And then, I mean, the first two movies are really the best. The third one, I think, Apocalypse. Was it Apocalypse? No, was it Genesis? I don't know, but not. I did not care for that one. The found footage gimmick really worked with those first two, and then the last one, I think, is Apocalypse. I liked it, but it wasn't the crescendo of the series or anything. The first two are really good. I know Arrow put out a release, or is putting out a release of the first one. Wreck 2. Everybody's got their, guilty pleasures, perhaps. So why didn't they have an English dub of the second one? But I'm all right, I guess. Well, they got like pretty cool extras. Good Lord, they got some really 2 and 3 have some really long fucking things, long features. And now we got to wait a little longer for the good Argento stuff from the Animal trilogy, the first 2 from Arrow, because I think they both got delayed. So they released those separately. That is a good question. Which is worse, Giallo or Dracula 3D? Well, let's think about that. I would say only by a slight hair, Dracula 3D is better. At least in my case, because it's got Aja in it. And she looks really good in the movie with the long hair and shit. Very good, Darren. We're on the same page. And it's so wacky. Like Giallo, is like Jello. It's not. It's not a. It's very mediocre. Now, Dracula 3D is bad to a level that it's almost entertaining. To that, it's the special effects, the big praying mantis, all that stuff. I mean, it's So I would definitely. Wow, I got sold out. The Battle Royale 4K set sold out, Daner. I'm not really caring. I don't think you're going to make that movie look any better. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is. I don't see it. Everybody's on the same wavelength. Wow. It's so that's this I got this edition and they apparently don't Well, John, obviously there's ways around the region stuff now, but if you have a decent computer with a Blu-ray drive, which of course that's the first hurdle, you can definitely use some software to switch it, but most people don't use a computer to watch movies. But I'm glad that I got a region-free player. Dana got a region-free 4K player, and it plays the DVDs. If they're region 2 or whatever, that plays without any changes. But the Blu-rays, you have to press a special button and power it on and stuff to change between the regions. So, but that's obviously I've got a lot of stuff from the UK, from Arrow, that's region locked. So, why didn't they announce both of these at the same time? These different covers, because I think Wes ordered this one, and I ordered the standard English. But I've got the stylist. It's like, let me get my stylist out. But I've heard some things about it, so I thought I'd watch it, but I've gotten behind on a lot of stuff. So, whoa. It's sold out, guys. And then also now, if you saw rumblings on Facebook that Don May was talking about Demons, it being on 4K, so it almost sounds like that they're going to release Demons 1 and 2, or just 2 or something on 4K. Which obviously he's a stickler for transfers. But, I don't know if it's going to make a big difference. I'm definitely not double dipping. Dana said she might, since she didn't get the 4K. So at that point, if she gets it, I'll be able to check it out. But I'm not. And then they got the Arrows releasing this, which I've got some digital things of the first and the third, and I've got a Blu-ray of the Your Vice is in a Locked Room. So I'm definitely not getting that. But if you didn't have them, that would definitely be a good way to get them all. But I would probably see if they're in the UK or in the States, because £50 is not a cheap endeavor. Now, what was I thinking here when I was talking earlier? I don't know. And then also Don May's releasing that Tombs, or is it, Tombs of the Blind Dead, or is it Return of the Blind Dead? I don't know. I'm thinking it was the second film. Well, I'm happy with what I have now. I don't play. I mean, I'm not planning on. I might actually get rid of my steelbook I got from Arrow of the Blu-rays they came out with a few years ago of 1 and 2. It's a cool steelbook, but I really don't need that anymore. Let me drink the rest of my shaved ice. Ugh. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. But there's, let's see. Full cam is back. The lights are still working. They haven't timed out yet. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. What are you doing?
I'm putting together
Your recipes. So, I mean, definitely will probably end up going back to the movies in the next month or so. I'll probably see Black Widow as the next one I'll see. But, no, I guess. I think they're actually going to release that new version of Dune, only in theaters. And then the Suicide Squad. There's a few movies I want to see. I wish that Amazon had that thing where, it has recommendations, but it used to have like strictly for movies. And you could go in for, it'd be like 100 deep. But they got rid of all that, and for some reason, none of my shit, it doesn't have any recommendation for movies anymore. So I'm like, great, now I gotta freaking look out and find them. Diabolic. I've been looking on here. Time and Tide, I know a lot of people don't really care for some of these films that I like. But Time and Tide is a pretty cool action movie by Sue Hark. It's a very inventive one too, but I only have a DVD of it. I don't have a Blu-ray yet. Latest arrivals. The Bean. I don't think I'll be watching The Bean. Hunting Ground, which again Mondo Macabre put out, and I watched it, and it's just not the exploitation parts of it, just not there until near the end, and it's not enough for me to want to have it and spend the money on it. Howl the Devil I watched recently, and it's pretty good. I did not want to. I mean, they're asking only $20. Amazon was asking for $30, and I'm not going to spend $30 on it. For usually their stuff is when it's on Amazon is like $17.99. What the fudge? Man, it's still $30. You know something's wrong when it's $30 but Diabolic's got it for $19. I could even. No. I might check that out tonight. I don't know. I need to. The Peep Show shit. They got some heavy dented and scratched 4K of Dawn of the Dead. So that's the one that's got tons of stuff on it but you're getting it for $60. Actually it's sold out. It's joined the wait list until they find some more ones that are really messed up. Wow. $13. I hope that thing is similarly priced. This one, this is a new Cauldron Films. This one is pretty cool. It's like a fake documentary about some kind of possession in obviously 1974. I liked it a lot. Obviously, it's in French, I believe. Way to. Oh, it's a Mexican found footage film. Oh, well, I hadn't seen it in a couple months, so I can't remember. But it's really good. I liked it a lot. I may have to rewatch it. I don't know when, but and then I haven't the Collinwood story. I've not heard of that one. I'll have to look into that one. Dune 4K, which I'm not really interested in. I know Wes thought I'd be into Brotherhood of Satan, but I've seen that a while back, and I mean it's okay, but it's nothing. Nothing I really want to. Nothing I want to get. And then we got the pre-orders for Beyond Terror. Beyond Terror, I had watched, and I mean obviously, the only way I could find it was on a VHS rip, and it looked rough. It was very faded and stuff. And I did see the transfer on this one, and it's like unbelievable compared to that. The movie itself, I'm not really sure if I liked it or not. But, you know. One Dark Night getting re-released again. I saw it. I think that was on one of the trailer sets I was watching. I don't know if it was on the Final Conflict trailer or not. 4K at True Romance. That's this one I'm really puzzled with this release here, because this came out before. I don't think it's come out on Blu-ray, but maybe. But it's like $70. That's way too much. I mean, maybe they got a shit ton of extras, but I still think that's way too much. I wonder, see. What is it? New York Ripper 4K. See what that's going for now. Yeah, $32.82. Very specific. Nah. Dana got the House by the Cemetery 4K, and then she also got the Zombie 4K, I believe. I don't think I got it. Supposedly this is coming out on 4K, City of Living Dead. Aiden, I'm pretty, yeah. Especially if you do have a 4K player, that upscales it. So sometimes a Blu-ray and a 4K, very, very slight differences. Now, if it's an older DVD or an older Blu-ray rather, sometimes there's a little bit more, because I mean we have a bigger television, like it's a 72-inch. I was happy with 55, but someone else wasn't. So, but it does look cool on a 4K when you're watching something that's really sharp and detailed. And Deep Red is coming very, very soon. I wouldn't say soon, but it's coming at some point on 4K. So that would be a major pickup. But I don't know, guys. I don't want to keep treading on the water. So I appreciate everybody showing up and hanging out for a little while. I'm gonna. Whoa. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Go watch some movies before I fall asleep, because I probably will fall asleep, unfortunately. This energy drink I drank, I'm not sure if the energy is going to carry up, but I'm going to try to find some stuff that I've been wanting to watch for a while and watch them. I don't know if I can do that, but we're going to give it a shot. Deep Red is like a painting coming to life, I believe you're trying to say. Yeah, it's beautiful, and even when it was dirty and scratchy, I really liked it. But when you see it, when I saw that the Anchor Bay DVD that they cleaned it up, it was like, wow. And then now you got the Blu-ray. It looks amazing. The 4K is probably going to be up there with Suspiria looking sharp. But we probably will get the Burr with a Crystal Plumage before we see any of that. Yep. Thanks. You enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for everyone who showed up and gave a darn about something. So, peace out. Check you later. And watch this outro.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DEADPIT on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old DEADPIT Radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. DEADPIT on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1. Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DEADPIT on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old DEADPIT Radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and